hopefully the DNC wakes up because the race politics is really starting to bite them in the butt.
Hi guys. This has pretty much been Jonathon Daily.
So 2016 election loss. And this is an important, I heard this when I was listening to a podcast, and I can't remember off the top of my head who said it, but someone was discussing in 2016 when Trump had won, why he had won, and a big important issue that stuck out in my mind, especially when they said this, was they went and reviewed what went wrong. And I think it was a chairman of the DNC at the time, but they were looking at the DNC website and they went and looked at the RNC website. And the DNC, the Democratic National Convention website, at the time of the 2016 election loss, had 17 different messages. That's right, 17 different core value, what we want to promote as the Democratic Party, what our values are, 17 different messages depending on who the message receiver was. So they had their typical white libtard message, they had their black and brown message, they had their LGBT message, they had their worker class message, all these different messages to different people, because that's who they are. That's what the Democrat Party has always been. They don't really promote one ideal. Their ideals change depending on who they're talking to because they just want votes. That's all it is. It's a power grab for them. They just want to tell people what they want to hear. Just go watch Kamala Harris and all of her speeches she gave when she was running this past election, and you'll see, depending on who the crowd is that she's speaking to, her voice changes and her accent changes, and she has a more black sounding voice when she's talking to her sisters, sorority sisters over here. And then whenever she's talking to her libtard white party crowd, she speaks eloquently, and it's just her cackle. Just like with AOC and the other degenerates, they change who they are and they change how they speak depending on the crowd and who they are speaking with. Whereas in contrast, the RNC website at the time had one core value message that they were speaking, and didn't matter who they're speaking to, it was the same message. And that is something that I think really coincides with the RNC and really with the Trump administration. They don't care what color you are. They don't care what culture you come from. All they care is that this is what we are about. You can like it, you can dislike it, but we believe in freedoms, we believe in meritocracy, that the best, no matter who they are, should have the job, etc. That's all they care about. And yeah, we need to get back to a place in society, and hopefully the DNC wakes up because the race politics is really starting to bite them in the butt. But they continue and they've doubled down on that, so we'll see how that plays out for them.
For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.